President Abaribe said the 2020 budget was designed to be a budget of fiscal consolidation, investing in critical infrastructure, incentivizing the private sector, enhancing social investment programs.
In every budget speech, what we normally see is that they will give it a name. Last year, it was a budget of consolidation. So this year, I was waiting to see what was going to be in the nitty-gritty of the budget. And I saw that there were very many things that were put and jumbled together. I want to suggest a name to those who wrote this speech for Mr. President, that this is nothing but a budget of taxation.
Accompanying the 2020 budget proposal is a finance bill which has 5 strategic objectives: promoting fiscal equity by mitigating instances of regressive taxation, reforming domestic tax laws to align with global best practices, introducing tax incentives for investment in infrastructure and capital markets, supporting micro, small and medium-sized businesses in line with our ease of doing business reforms, and raising revenues for government.
How would you talk about job creation when you do not invest in what will create jobs? Debt servicing as a component is higher than capital expenditure. 2 trillion for capital expenditure, 2.4 trillion for debt servicing. The projected growth that they put in the budget, was read by Mr. President, was 1.9%, less than the population growth of 2.6%.
The sum of 8.115 trillion is estimated as the total federal government revenue in 2020 and comprises all revenue of 2.64 trillion naira, non-oil tax revenues of 1.81 trillion naira, and other revenues of 3.7 trillion naira. This is 7% higher than the 2019 comparative estimate of 7.594 trillion naira, inclusive of the government-owned enterprises.
2 assumptions that are critical for this budget. The first one is the assumption on oil prices. I know that our people were very happy when there seemed to be a little problem in the Middle East with Iran, which will lead to a spike in oil price. But that seemed to have petered out, which means that our projection for the cost of oil may also be off the mark. Second one is our projection for the production levels daily. Last year, the average production level was 1.8 million barrels per day. Why won't we keep it there? Why must we go up to 2.1 only to be disappointed at the end of the day?
An aggregate expenditure of 10.33 trillion naira is proposed for the federal government in 2020. The expenditure estimate includes statutory transfers of 556.7 billion, non-debt recurrent expenditure of 4.88 trillion naira, and 2.14 trillion naira of capital expenditure, excluding the capital component of statutory transfers. Debt service is estimated to be 2.45 trillion naira, and the provision of sinking fund to retire maturing bonds issued to local contractors is 296 billion naira.
Look at the facts. You can't run away from facts. The facts say that this is not a sustainable budget.
Roots TV Nigeria.